Martha! This month, I'm in need of a bit of more money, so another $2,000 would really help. I don't think I have enough this month with what you've already given me.
You made sure to pay for all of your bills this month, right? So, how come you still don't have enough money?
The cost on textbooks in college are so dang high. Putting all of them together would come out to around $2,000, right?
But Cassidy, you're in your 4th year of college now. You're pretty close to your graduation and have already bought all the things you needed for your classes this year. And most of those classes are labs. So why are you talking about textbooks right now?
What?
You told me that you are in your 4th year, and that after your 3rd year there, you would mostly be doing things like labs and not really need any textbooks.
I know I said all of that, but I still need the money for some textbooks. I'm sure a high school graduate like you could never understand what I'm talking about, though. When it comes to us college students, we'd love to take all kinds of classes during our last year to make some extra credits, and that means we still have to invest in textbooks. It would be a waste of time spending one more year here doing nothing besides labs and projects, when we can still be learning so much more.
Really?
We all come to these places to learn. And that means until we've graduated, we will take all sorts of classes to learn the most that we can. The same goes for me, and I will be studying right up until the day I graduate.
You college students really are amazing some ways. I should have guessed that, though, by how all you go there paying tons of money to study all sorts of new things.
And in my case, you were the one paying for all of my tuition to this college, right? Both our parents died so early on, and you had to step in and put in all that work for me. For that very reason, I want to make sure I spend every day I have on this campus studying for my future. You wouldn't want me wasting all that money you paid, right?
I'm happy to hear that. If that's the case, then I'll hurry up and get you the money for those textbooks. But could you give me a little bit first? A lot of things happened this month, and some of my shifts were taken away from me. Can I send you the $2,000 later this month?
What? What happened that made them take some of your shifts away?
Dave went and got a new job within a different company. That left nobody within the house for a far longer durations of the day. So I needed to stay home to make sure that chores and the likes have been getting done.
Oh. So Dave finally got himself a real job. I was getting kind of worried for a bit there about you being with a low-life man working in that sad little factory all day long.
What?
I was wondering how someone who graduated from college could just waste all that time they put into studying by becoming a factory worker. That's why a little while back I told that to him right to his face. I said that being a factory worker made him a failure to this society. Then I went on to say that as a real man, he needed to get himself a real job.
What? Cassidy? You said something like that to Dave?
I'm your little sister, and because of that I was worried about your guys' relationship. You ended up becoming a low-life high school graduate with nothing to show for, right? And at the time, your husband was working at a low-life factory. And as your little sister, my life was filled with worries about you too.
A low-life high school graduate? What's wrong with not going to college? Around this area, there are plenty of people who went right to work after getting out of high school.
Yeah, in this area. However, the place that you are living is nothing compared to the rest of the world. I can understand all of that because I'm going to graduate from college. But to a lowlife like you, you'd probably never understand how sad it is when someone doesn't go to college and do something with their life. In this world, you are meant to go to college after high school. And then from there, you get yourself a good job.
I'm sure things are different in living in the city like you are now, but out here in the countryside, we don't really see the point in having to go all the way through college in order to have a good life. Honestly, hearing all of that from you doesn't really make me feel all too happy. And now you're going about how Dave's job was meant for lowlifes as well?
I'm graduating from a very amazing college and want to get into a powerful company. A place with a good pay from the start and that has all sorts of really nice employee benefits. A place where I can brag to everyone else about because this is so just dang amazing. That's where I want to work, where I need to work. And comparing a company like the kind I want to join with Dave's factory job you can see who's the lowlife. Working there, you don't even have to have a high school diploma because it's a job that literally any idiot can do.
Excuse me?
I know that a high school graduate like you would never understand, but that is the way the rest of this world views factory workers and their job. Sorry. My friend is calling me for now, so I have to go. And for that $2,000, make sure to get it for me as fast as you can.
Hey Martha, I just had a look at my text messages. What's going on? What's going on with your part-time job? You're going to have to take on more shifts now?
Actually, I just got a text from Cassidy a little bit ago about how she is going to need more money for school.
But didn't you already pay for her last year and all the things she needed to graduate?
She told me she's going to need to pick up some of more textbooks, and that is going to cost her some more money.
What? But hasn't she finished getting all her credits in order to graduate? Why would she need to still pay for more textbooks?
She told me that it's normal for all students to study up until they graduate, no matter how many credits they already have. That's the case for all the students in college, right? They all go out and take different classes on their favorite subjects in order to not waste any time and money.
Huh? I don't think there's a single student that I've been with who would do something like that. There are students that plan to go to graduate school and will continue studying. But your average graduate will stop fooling around after they get all their credits. They will start focusing on finding a job or thinking about where they'll move next.
What? But Cassidy told me everyone studies up until the very last day before they graduate. And in her case, it's going to be costing her $2,000 for textbooks this time.
$2,000? I'm sure she can deal with getting used textbooks or something if she really needs them. Everyone gets used textbooks for the most part because they're so much cheaper. I've never heard of anyone paying more than $1,000 a year for textbooks, especially during their last year before graduating.
Huh, really? But she kept going about how she really wants to study up until her last day there. And unlike me, she is a very smart cookie. So far, I'm the only person she can rely on for anything money-wise, so I want to do everything I can to make sure she has the life she deserves.
I really love how much you care for your little sister Martha. But you really have been paying for literally everything that this girl does. For both her schooling and her life, pretty much. Yet she is still asking you for more money so that she can pick up some more textbooks? How about you get your little sister to pick up a part-time job if she really wants those books so badly?
From what she's told me, there is no time to work part-time. She's told me that from morning to night she is in lecture halls all day taking classes. And during the weekend, she is focused on all her assignments and never has time to leave her room.
A fourth year in that school is still having to go to class from morning until night? No, I'm not buying this, Martha. I have never, and I mean never, seen someone try that hard on their last year in college when they already have all the credits they need. I'll take care of her textbook fees this time. I'm getting a new job here and we'll be bringing in a lot more, right? So it's my turn to help your little sister out so that you can take a break.
Thank you for saying that, but this is my family's problem. And although you're my husband, you shouldn't be handling my sister's fees. I have been supporting her since she first entered that school, and I will continue to do so until she's out of there.
Now that I'm talking about it, it kinda sucks having a wife that cares so much about her little sister. Well, if that's what you want, Martha, then I'll step aside and let you handle all those costs. But make sure not to sell yourself out to her, alright?
Thank you, Dave. And I'm sorry about the worries Cassidy has caused you. She should have never asked about anything about the work you do and asked that you change jobs.
Aha. You're talking about that now? She was getting all upset with me for working in that factory, calling me a lowlife and such.
I'm so sorry about that. She should never be able to talk about others' work like that.
You don't have to mind what she said. And it's not me she should be worried about for the most part, right? Although because of her little remarks, I was able to find myself a better job. So I guess I could thank her for that.
If that's how you really feel about all of that, then I guess things are fine.
My job as your husband is to take care of you, and the same extends to your sister. I really hope that she can find herself a good job and enjoy the last little bit of her time in college.
I really hope so too. Just another year of supporting her, so that she has all the needs to be a good little adult.
Listen to this, Martha. I was given a job offer. I will start working for them in the spring if I take the offer. And they just so happen to be the company I've been aiming for.
Congratulations!
Way to go, Cassidy.
You put in a lot of effort to get here, right? Looks like all your hard work has finally paid off for you.
I suppose so, but I just have to say that this is just because of how awesome I am.
But the fact that you got an offer from them after all that time you spent going around doing interviews and such. I know you had to put a lot of effort into all of that. You even traveled as far as Florida going to interviews and job fairs.
I'm sure you have no idea about any of this since you never went to college. But all of the hard work is what's expected from us college students during our last year. All of those interviews we go to are meant to discern which of us are meant for the real world, and which of us will end up having to work low-life jobs.
This really is an interesting world. For me, all I had to do to get my part-time job was talk with the owner of the store a little.
You can't even compare what you've had to go through with what us highly educated people have to deal with when finding work. Do you even have any idea where this company I got the job offer is located? Right here, in this state, at the food manufacturing company, Nissan.
What?
Oh? Am I that amazing to you that you've totally lost the ability to think now? Well, I guess things like that would happen with you. There have only been ever 3 people hired into this company from the college I'm graduating. One would have to say this company is no laughing matter when it comes to how hard their hiring process is.
Did you really get a job offer from that company? And you plan to start working there in the spring?
That's right. This spring, I will be joining one of the famous companies in this country and will be known as an elite employee there. And now that you're aware of that, from today, I'm going to be cutting ties to you. Thank you so much for all of the support that you gave me over the years.
Oh, you're cutting ties to me, starting today. What do you mean by that?
I'm leaving you forever. From now on, I want to live a life where I don't have to think of you anymore. So never ever talk to me again after this.
What? Hey! What are you going on about right now? Cutting ties, though? Why would you want to do that to me?
This isn't something I came up with overnight, okay? I have been thinking about doing this for a very long time now.
What? Is that right?
The moment I got into college, I figured it all out. To me, there is nothing about you that is worth my time and energy. I get that you gave me the money to go to school and eat and sleep. But now that I'm graduating and will have an excellent job, I don't need you for anything anymore. And so I've been planning to cut ties with you as soon as possible.
Don't you need me for anything anymore? Why would you say something like that? Ever since Mom and Dad passed away, I have been your only family, Cassidy.
I am very aware of that. But I have plenty of friends that I can call family still, right? And I plan to make many more come my first day of work. If I'm still holding on to you by that time, people will think I actually enjoy being around lowlifes like you and will run away from me.
What did you say?
I put in a lot of effort going to this college. I didn't want people thinking that there was something wrong with me for not having my parents around anymore, so I made sure to do everything just right there. I made sure to study my butt off in all of my classes and made sure that I only became friends with the best of the best at this college. Some of them are from very wealthy families, and others are so good looking that they will be models and celebrities after graduating. And plenty of friends who are still just as smart as me. And will be joining only the most powerful companies in order to become elites.
And that's really amazing of you, Cassidy. To have all those really high-class friends and plenty of more to come.
That's right. And I'm the most popular among all of them. However, right now I have a low-life, high school graduate older sister still. To me, all you're going to do is trip me up when I begin to really pick up the pace going into the workplace.
I'm going to trip you up?
Like I've said, I've already have families of friends with me right now. And once I'm in that company, I'll be getting even more friends since I'm just that amazing. I'll be getting closer and closer to becoming better than everyone else, Martha. Yet, as I become that much better, you are still going to be tied to me, sitting all the way at the bottom rung of this ladder we call life. And by having that tied to you, I'll look far worse than I could be looking without you.
So that's why you're wanting to cut ties to me? Even though I went through 4 years of hard work for you?
If you want me to be very honest, all you were to me was a very convenient ATM. You never complained about anything I did and handed me the money I always asked for. So thank you for that. But now that I'm becoming an elite, I will no longer need an uneducated lowlife like you around me.
Well, that's wonderful to hear, because my husband just told me your offer has been revoked.
What?
So I was a convenient ATM to you? Well, I'm glad we both could confirm that. I'm sorry. I'm a bit shocked actually that you just come right out and say that about me. So I'll need some time to relax.
Hold it right there, Martha. What do you mean my offer has been revoked?
I'll be able to explain that to you. So for the time being, let my wife take some time to relax.
What? Is this you, Dave?
I always knew something was wrong with you. Your sister had always been paying your tuition as well as your housing costs and for your food, yet you continued to ask for me, wanting her to pay for more textbooks and pay for extra classes. You gave her all sorts of reasons to get more money from her so that you wouldn't have to let her know the truth. You had all your credits to graduate, yet you said you planned to study right up until you graduated. I'm not so sure there are any students in the US doing that.
Well, that's what I've been doing. I love to study, and that's why I want to use all the time I have left here to do so.
You say that, all while never getting a part-time job to support yourself because you think of your sister as your ATM. Do you have any idea how much of Martha's time and money has been given to you?
Shut up already! She has been doing all of that because she wants to. Martha loves supporting her amazing little sister. So shut the hell up, you stranger.
I have kept my mouth shut for a long time now, actually. I knew that things were up with you, yet I shut up about it because I'm just a stranger in you guys' little relationship. Martha had really loved the thought of you being such a cute little sister to her, and she loved talking about you all the time. That's why she went and spent all her time working part-time in order to keep you in school. But I can't let you get away with your bullcrap any longer. It's over. Once you called her your ATM outright, things completely changed.
Well, you don't have to worry about it anymore because she's no longer my ATM. I have no use for her right now. Because of her, I was able to get into this amazing school and I was able to find myself a really good job at missing. So you both need to shut your mouths about the things like my offer being revoked and bullshit like that.
I saw that while sitting next to Martha. You were talking about getting that offer from Missin, the company that manufacture food products.
That's right. I'm amazing for getting an offer from them, right? I'm so much smarter than my uneducated sister. And you graduated from college yourself, yet ended up working in some factory instead of getting a real job. Which makes me even more outstanding than you now.
What about you makes you more smart and outstanding? To this company and I, there is nothing about you that stands out, and for the most part, you are anything but smart. I know that we gave you that offer, but as the CEO, I'm going to personally make sure it's revoked.
Huh? As the CEO?
I'm sorry to spoil all your fun, but it's back to looking for another job for you now. I'm sure there's some company out there that would be willing to employ piles of crap like you.
Hold on a second. Are you really the CEO of a company like that? No way. No way! You were just working for a measly little factory, right? No freaking way could a factory worker become a CEO just like that.
Well, that's what happened though. I was given this company by my aunt.
Huh? Your aunt gave you that company?
You know about how my parents both passed away before I even made it into preschool, right? Well, years and years later, I ran into Martha and we both bonded over growing up with our parents around, which soon after led us to get married. However, back when I was growing up and going through college, I never had an older sibling to guide and support me. But I did have an aunt who had been raising me as though I was her real son.
And she's the CEO of the company I'll be joining?
The company that you were going to be joining. You see, my aunt has always been single and never had any kids. So once I got out of high school, she told me that one day she'd be giving her company to me. She made hints leading towards that when I was younger, but never said anything outright to me. I kind of thought she was just joking the whole time, but she was actually very serious. And so when she made it clear that she wasn't making any jokes, I made sure to study hard in college, preparing for the eventual transition into being the next CEO.
Preparing? But after college she started to work in some stupid old factory, right?
And that factory I had been working in is one of many factories ran by this company. If it wasn't for that factory, then this year the company wouldn't have made 8 times the normal amount of food it did.
What?
Actually, we exceeded the goal quite a bit. But that was the job I had there at the factory. I wasn't just on the floor operating the machinery or anything.
Seriously?
I was actually on my way out this year, getting ready to become the next CEO. And then you came and started ranting about how I needed to get a real job. Well, that was the perfect timing, because the day after your rants, my aunt called me and said it was time. She said that it was my time to be the CEO and that the company would now be in my hands.
What?
I made the transition in record time, actually. My aunt will still be working for the company, but just as an advisor of mine, and we will start working towards an even more productive future. And considering that we want this company to be even more productive, that means we can no longer hire someone as useless as you. That's why I will be revoking that job offer now.
There is no way something like this could happen. I thought you were only just some lousy factory worker. Yet without me even hearing about it, you became the CEO of the company I'm supposed to enter?
My aunt paid for all my schooling and living costs. And I'm so thankful that she took me in as her own son and raised me so well. And that's how everyone should feel about those that sacrifice a lot in order to support another, right? I cannot believe that after all this time and money my wife, your sister, put into you, you're going to tell her that you're cutting ties now.
I'm a little bit thankful for what she did for me, but this and that are two different topics. Because I want to become an elite and have a bunch of elite friends. And all my sister is an uneducated part-timer. She is not someone I can brag about to all of those around me.
She threw a lot of her own life away to support you. You should be bragging about her for doing something like that for the rest of your life.
Shut up! I don't give a damn that you're the CEO of the company I'm joining. You will not talk about me and my life like that. Who the hell cares that you're the new CEO? Nobody is going to let you get away with revoking my job offer just because you're the new leader in town. If you really go through with taking that offer away from me, then I'll sue your ass.
If you think you can do that, then please try. I'll let all 5 of my lawyers teach a half-ass adult like you what it really means to be someone in society. And I promise you, you'll know what it means.
What am I going to do, Martha? That dick actually went and did it. He really went and revoked that offer. And he even went as far as exposing other things about me. He used those things he exposed in order to have that job offer taken away from me.
Are you talking about all those things you were saying on Twitter?
That's right. Those things he exposed. While at college, I have been trying to make a new image for myself. And in order to do that, I go online and say all sorts of things. I would say around 500 different things each day.
Each day?
Well, he found that account of mine and took screenshots of all the things I was posting in there. He sent all those tweets to the dean, as well as took away my job offer.
What were you saying on there that used in a way that could get your job offer revoked?
All of it was just a joke, actually. Things like saying that to the lead of the HR department at Missin is so good looking that I'd find a way to get his wife to divorce him and take him as my own.
What?
Things about how, out of all the employees, I am the best looking. And things about how a lot of higher up women are ugly as hell and should never work for Missin.
So you went on there and said things like that about the company you'd soon be asked to join?
And also, after my interview there, I was shown around the company's office, right? During that tour, I took some photos I probably shouldn't have. And one of those pictures had documents in it that were very important to the company. And so, the main reason for my offer being revoked is that I tried to sabotage the company through leaking documents.
Well, that's pretty much it for you then. Not only were you saying some very bad things about the company's employees, but you went and leaked some very important documents online.
All I have to do is delete the account and all those posts, right? Yet they didn't even give me a chance to do that and are taking my job offer away. You need to go and talk to Dave and get his head put back on straight. he will listen to everything you say to him, which will then lead to him forgiving me.
He probably would too. If I were to beg him for all my strength to let you off the hook, he'd probably do just that. He might even let you have that job offer back and everything.
Right? No, hurry up and go talk to him. If you don't, then all 4 years of my life here would have been no waste. Those 4 years that you paid for, all would be going to waste.
And that would be very sad, right? But I'm not helping you out anymore.
What? Why not?
I had a look at your other account on Twitter. I just asked Dave for it and he sent it to me.
What?
You were really going on about a whole lot of crap these past few years. And from what I found, you had a lot to say about me as well.
It's so easy exploiting your older sister like an ATM. Why should we have all those take exams anyway? Those freaking idiots. I just used all my money my ATM sister gave to me on liquor and Uber. You have it all wrong. I was just saying all those things as a joke. I was just using that account to sound like a real jackass, since that's what everyone liked. You can tell how much of a jackass I was just by looking, right? I was so good at it that I got around 10,000 followers out there. They all really loved my acting like a jerk, so I kept all of that for them.
I have been your sister for over 2 decades now, Cassidy. Which means it's not impossible for me to tell when you're lying. Actually, I've known all about your lies for a long time now.
What? Really?
You do realize I talk to people besides just you, right? And they have told me about what it was like being in college and what most people do. I understand that you tried to play off the look that you were this really serious student who spent all their time studying. From everything I've read and seen on this other account you have, I can see you were doing plenty of things that have made me lose all my faith in you.
What?
So just like you've been wanting, we're going to cut ties. From now on, don't you ever talk to me again, alright? I don't even want to be reminded of you anymore.
No way! Wait, Martha! Don't abandon me like this!
You were the one abandoning me though, right? You told me you had no use for me anymore, and I totally get that now. So let's not regret any of this, and be happy that we will move on and live our own lives now without ever having to talk to one another again.
Martha...
I can't believe this is how things have to end between me and my only sibling. But you did go to a very nice college and made all sorts of amazing friends there. I'm sure you can make something happen on your own now with them and your education in mind. Good luck. With that, from now on, you and I are complete strangers. The part-time job I had for so long in order to support Cassidy is finally over with. I went and quit my job there the moment she said that she was cutting ties with me. And when I got home that evening, Dave told me I put in a whole lot of effort taking care of Cassidy like that, and said from now on, I'd be his housewife and could relax as much as I wanted. So I've taken him up on that new title, and I'm taking it easy here at home, while Dave goes off to work as a CEO. As for what happened to Cassidy afterwards, considering she had lost any hope of getting that job she was bragging about, she could no longer go on all those graduation trips with her friends, and had to cancel last minute. And since she waited for the last minute to cancel on all of them, she was left having to pay $5,000 in cancellation fees. But since I would no longer be giving any money to her, Cassidy's only option was to borrow some money. She started to live life searching for some kind of work where she'd be able to make money while also being in debt, which left all of her friends calling her an embarrassment and someone they cannot be seen with anymore. And just like that, all those friends Cassidy was bragging about started to leave.